Hello guys, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to creating a mindful eating environment. Really, really important. The last thing we want to be doing is, eating a meal in a stressful environment. Lots going on, lots of distractions. Remember, we want to be practicing mindful eating as we discussed in the previous modules. So let's dive in. So, the environment where you eat can have a significant impact on your meal experience. Now, this can be through noise, distractions, and clutter. And this can add to a bit of a sense of hurry, promoting this mindless eating. So, we'll be chatting about different strategies in terms of how to cultivate a mindful eating environment to enhance your focus on the meal at hand and improve overall eating habits. Moving on. Yeah, now obviously we want to be creating a comfortable space for your meals, and we want to be doing this if possible by firstly minimising distractions and eat away from your work desk. Don't eat at your work desk, okay? Turn off the TV, put the phone to the side. Just focus solely on eating your meal. This helps focus on your attention on the meal itself and enhances the sensory experience. So think about the visual aspect as well. A clutter-free, clean space, and it just adds to the enjoyment of having your meal. If you ever dine in a fine restaurant, you know that. You know that. Like obviously, when you go to restaurants and it's nicely presented, the whole experience is better. This is important because it makes you feel calm. You're feeling calm, you're being more present in the moment, you're going to enjoy your meal more. And what happens with that though, there's reasonings for that, is you're actually improving the digestive process. You're getting more from your food. It's digesting as it should be. Bear that in mind. And the presentation plays a role as well in terms of how you are presenting the meal to yourself. I know that might sound a bit silly, but it's true. It's true. But that alongside, for example, the use of lighting, nice lighting, looking at different colours. Studies do suggest that warm, soft lighting encourages slower eating and less food consumption, which is interesting. Well, colours can impact your perception on taste. For instance, like the red here can be associated with sweetness and green with freshness. Lastly, ensure your dining area promotes comfort. Just make sure you're comfortable. Have a comfortable chair. There's an adequate space. There's not loads of things lying about. Have a decent temperature. These are just fundamental things that we should be ensuring are in place when we are having a meal. And it's ingrained in us, I get it, we want to be so productive, we want to eat and do things at the same time, but if there's distractions and all these things aren't in place, mindful eating isn't going to occur. So yeah, you want to be making sure these are all in check for this mindful eating experience. So a bit of an action step here. I want you to identify any distractions or elements that may detract you from this mindful eating experience. And as I mentioned there, what I want you guys to do is implement changes to create this calm and pleasing dining space. And make a conscious effort to not scroll through your phone, laptop, watching the telly, etc. And take note of how these changes influence your eating habits and meal experience. And this is just, again, a habit we will be implementing on a daily basis. So this is really important. So I'll get you guys to implement that. And this is just another little tool that gets put together to make this big, long-lasting change. All these little things come together, and they're really, really important. They may seem really small, but make a huge difference when, for example, looking at your habitual diary, your mood diary, looking at the emotional eating there, implementing mindful eating, setting up how you are having your meals and where you're having them, and making sure all these things are in check. It's going to have a massive impact overall.